We are going deep into this episode. I've got 5 deep sleepers you may want to target on your roster who could absolutely go to the moon or could absolutely just be a nothing burger, but you need to be aware of them. They need to be on your radar, especially in mid to late rounds of your draft when you're kind of deciding on who to draft. Now, you can go ahead and draft a mediocre player, like a name that's had years to wow you, you're not wowed, or you could take a shot at some of these guys that have some explosive type potential from these NFL players on your fantasy roster. So I'm excited to dive in these 5 players, have a little bit of a deep discussion. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Very important. If you're a regular here or whoever you are, I appreciate you guys coming to the channel, finding the channel. Hit that thumbs up, takes a fraction of the second. The only channel here telling you the truth. Everybody else is lying to you. Yes, I know this because I've been in the industry for over 10 years. They are copying and pasting rankings. If you want the truth, this is the channel. And make sure you guys do grab the 16-round draft solution. I've linked it below. Sleepers, breakouts, ironclad roster. The special runs out today. There's a good deal if you use the promo code DEAL to save 30%. You get it below. You get access to all my sleepers, all the breakouts, video trading, full mock drafts right here below. 16 rounds. Use code DEAL. Limited code to save 30%. Get in right now, okay? You can also join the Patreon group as well for in-season access, waiver wire starts and sits, and of course, direct access to me. You can get a coaching call. It'd be amazing, okay? Let's dive into it here. The first player I want to talk about, deeper sleeper, and we're talking like later rounds, after round 14, 15, wherever you are in your leagues. I was doing a best ball draft. I think it came off after round 15 or 16, something like that. First one I want to talk about here is Devin Neal. He was a 6th-round pick by the Saints. Reason being here is that, listen, even though he was a 6th-round pick, he was still a top running back prospect coming out of this draft, 5'11", around 214. He had 3 1,000-yard rushing seasons, not bad out of Kansas. The thing is, he's also pretty good burst off the line, which is amazing. He only fumbled 4 times out of 760 career carries. Not bad. 5.8 yards per carry last year, 1,266 yards. Explosive athlete. Good change of direction. I did my notes on this guy. 4.6 speed. Could be a little faster, but his burst is good and he can take off if he really wants to. So there is some potential here. Currently sitting as RB59 in fantasy. So he's, like I said, he's an absolute value. You could just stash him later. Reason being is I'm just not sold on Alvin Kamara. I think he's got like 0 1,000-yard rushing seasons. He's a pass-catching scat back as Kamara at the tail of his end of his career. With Keandre Miller doing nothing over the past couple seasons, there could be an opportunity for Devin Neal to take over and something could happen. I mean, you never really know. Again, Alvin Kamara, I don't trust him. Older guy, not exciting. There could be something there, especially in Dynasty. Devin Neal, just keep him on your radar as a late round stash. Might be something there. Again, it is a bit of a dart throw, but just keep him on your radar. Do some research, watch some tape on him, and the situation could be good. Kamara not wowed on, okay? Number 2, this one's a little bit more obvious, but he is a deep sleeper because he's going undrafted. But you guys all know who it is. It's Cam Ward. Super accurate quarterback out of college. That's what I like about him. He's got the hunger. He's got the upside. Watching a video on Cam Ward, he just came out saying something along the line of like, hey, I like to be up, or they're asking him, why are you up at 5 a.m.? He's like, dude, I'm training. I love this. I'm kind of butchering the quote here, but the guy is super passionate, up at 5 a.m. on the grind. I don't see any videos of him at night clubbing or doing anything that would, sacrifice his career potentially, right? He looks like the type of player that I would want on my fantasy team, the good guy. He looks like one of the good guys. And these are the players that I target. I don't like the divas. I don't like the guys that are out there doing crazy stuff. Now I said, well, Joe, it's off season. A guy can go to the club here and there. Sure, whatever. But this guy looks focused. He's a good kid. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing great work ethic. And they've got a lot of weapons around him. Calvin Ridley should take a step up this year. They drafted Ilik Ayamanora, whatever his name is. There's some good talent around him. And I'm seeing some good upside here with Cam Ward this year. Definitely a backup quarterback for you in a 2-quarterback league, or a 3rd quarterback in a super flex league, or even a guy you just want to stash for some upside, right? I already made a bold prediction that Cam Ward will actually beat Jaden Daniels in fantasy points this year. Super bold, but for the value going undrafted, you can get him in the later rounds, especially in 1-quarterback leagues. why not back him up? Okay. Number three here, you may or may not have heard about this guy or some of these other two. The last two, I'm almost certain you probably have not heard of. If you listen to the channel, you probably have, but the experts won't tell you this. Nobody's going to talk about this stuff. But the next guy I'm sure you may have heard of, Jack Beck, 215, 215 pounds, 6'2". What I like about this guy is he's very, very physical. He's got that controlled anger. His yards after catch are good. The Raiders drafted him in the second round. That is huge draft capital for a team that needs a wide receiver. They do not have a wide receiver there. Jacoby Myers is not a true one, and they got Trey Tucker and other people. This guy has the potential to be the one. The only knock to him is his 4.6 speed or so, 4.57, give or take, speed. So I mean, it's not that big of a deal in real gameplay. 4.5 to a 4.4, not the game changer, but his amazing ability to track the ball, natural hands, very good hands, controlled anger, had himself a good campaign, over 1,000 yards last season in college, 9 touchdowns. That's what we want. We want the good hands, physical guy after the catch, can do stuff, solid route runner as well. Jack Beck could be the one. I'm going to grab him later, sitting as wide receiver 77. We are talking later rounds, after round 13. Okay. I'm telling you, you potentially can be getting the one on the team. The fact that he's being slept on is phenomenal. I love this, that I can get this guy who's a potential one and I can get him later. It's a dream come true. So Jack Beck, target him, get him on your rosters, and look to start him every week because I see him being on the field all the time. Like, they got no one else there. He's a round 2 pick. He's gonna be on the field. Like I said, this is an absolute draft steal, hidden gem. You gotta get him. Okay. The next guy is a bit more of a reach. He still could be on the field every play. The guy I'm talking about is Pat Bryant, drafted in the third round by the Denver Broncos. Like I said, Jack Beck, second round pick, Raiders. Third round pick, Broncos. The reason they went third round because they got RJ Harvey round 2. They needed to address the running back position, but they stole this guy. 6'3", 204, 4.6 speed. Slightly slower on the speed than Jack Beck, but very slightly, almost in the same range. Sitting as wide receiver 102, yards after catch, natural hands, physical monster. This guy is primed to have a great, great season. Cortland Sutton in a contract year, he needs to get paid, or he could have a good season. He's safe, but you never know. Pat Bryant could emerge. Comparisons being drawn to Demaryius Thomas. They like this guy. They wouldn't have picked him up. And an opportunity to be the wide receiver one potentially. Vile's there. They've got Mims. They suck. Years to Wabi. If they would have stepped up, they would have stepped up at this point. They have not. So Pat Bryant in a great opportunity to really shine. Big physical player and a ton of upside with an emerging and ascending, rising Bo Nix. Love him. Like I said, wide receiver 102, great steal. Grab him on your rosters. You can be very happy because the talent is there and the opportunity is there. They don't have a true one. Cortland Sutton's good. He's a good 1B, but he's not like the alpha dog, right? They need a guy that comes in to be the alpha dog. And with this guy's physicality, good hands, as long as Bo Nix starts to gravitate to him, you could really, really have something special, okay? Pat Bryant, make sure you stash him, okay? And the last guy, this is a deep sleeper. We always talk about like tight ends that could emerge. Who's the next Sam Laporta? Now, not necessarily, this guy necessarily won't be the next Sam Laporta. I'm not getting that Sam Laporta vibe when Sam Laporta was a rookie. But what I do feel with this guy is that you could stash him and there's some upside. The guy I'm talking about plays on the Rams. His name is Terrence Ferguson, drafted, believe it or not, round 2. So if you're going to invest in a player in the second round, he's going to be on the field. 6'5", 255, amazing hands, lean athletic build, excels off the line, pretty solid, red zone threat. Did some notes on him. He's sitting as tight end 40, literally probably going undrafted. There's some upside here. And the reason being is that Puka has shown his share of injuries. Puka gets hurt, and we know Adams, he can get hurt as well at the age he's at with a decline coming. There could be a real emergence or an opportunity for Stafford to rely on his tight end, his aging quarterback. Great formula for a reliable red zone target. He's going to see Ferguson there. There could be something there. So Terrence Ferguson, deep sleeper gem. You stash him and hope for the best, okay? I'm definitely seeing some things here. I'm definitely seeing some upside, especially with Cam Ward. I think there's Jack Beck's going to be on the field a lot. Pat Bryant could really emerge. There's some exciting prospects here that I just gave you that you just want to stash away. You're getting them for literally free, and they're going to be on the field a lot with massive, massive upside. I explained the situations. Like I said, one injury to Puka, Terrence Ferguson emerges, and you don't draft these players in the second round just to sit them. They're going to get field play. And then when you look at the situation around them, it makes sense why Jack Beck was drafted in the second round. It makes sense because they don't have a true wide receiver one. Myers is not it. And you can say Bowers, but I think Jack Beck is the one now. That's my theory, and I get him for like 10 rounds later, like 12 rounds after Brock Bowers, and I get the wide receiver one. What an absolute deal. If this is making sense to you, if you guys are saying, wow, this guy's the only one talking common sense, everybody else is copying and pasting rankings, make sure you guys grab the 16 round drafts, which I've linked it below. Use code DEAL, limited code. It might be expiring by end of day today. So make sure you guys get in, subscribe, thumbs up, and drop a comment. Drop a deep sleeper if you know one, and I'll keep the daily content coming to you, okay? I'm supposed to have Jimmy the Maverick on the show tomorrow. Still working on getting him scheduled in, and we'll kind of explain what happened to him, why he's not on the show as much, but it's nice to have him back on the show, at least as a guest spot for now. Subscribe, thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.